Okay, we're going to continue to work on our core strength. So remember that involves the obliques, it involves the rectus abdominis, it involves the low back muscles, it involves the diaphragm. Today we're going to do the side plank. As you can see, Amanda here is doing the first progression. We typically recommend this for about 30 seconds to a minute on each side. There's really no need to go over a minute because there's other things you can do to make it more difficult. So Amanda's going to start out in the kind of first progression that most people can start in. She has notice her elbow is underneath her shoulder when she comes up into the plank. And then also she has her feet crossed over to give her some stability through this. Now to make this harder, she can stack her feet on top of each other. And to make it even a little bit harder, she can raise that top leg up in the air and hold it as well. To make this easier, if it's a little too hard on your elbow or shoulder, you can drop down and you can start out with your knees still on the ground.
So knees bent.
Knees bent, and then she can come up into that plank or side plank. Another progression is to come all the way up on the hand and still have the knees down as well, which is an option. And finally, you can go back to that starting position, but again, come up on your hand. Sometimes, this is a little bothersome for some people's wrist. And as you can see, Amanda's a little, not quite over top of her wrist there with her shoulder. So we recommend stacking that like she is now to be in a more stable position. So just kind of keep those points in mind. You want to have a safe stacked position with the shoulder, elbow, and wrist. Again, switch to the other side to do the same thing, 30 seconds to a minute. And if you need to make it more difficult, do so with the progressions we just showed you. But also, if this one's too difficult and you're starting to shake way too early on into the exercise, then you can start with those easier positions.